Bless. It's the Down to Earth podcast, Down to Earth Network, and we out at Peterborough. There's a lot of artists performing down here. I know Rusty Jukes is the main attraction, but tonight some artists from the Dot came out. Which part of the Dot? The East?
Yeah. Scarborough, bro. Scarborough. East side all day, early.
East side. I know you guys been doing your thing. You always been. I hear the music. And I know, like, you especially Mike Gutz had a recent video where he came out with
videos, man. Trust me,
yeah.
Videos. Plural, right?
Yeah. So you guys working all the time. That's the main thing. Like, I was talking to even Rusty, how he goes to all these places, right? And he does all these different things, and even other artists. I'm saying, yo, that's what artists have to do. If a full-time artist, make it like it's a job, it's a business, right?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's about like networking and getting out there, meeting the people, pushing the product, just getting out there and just vibing with the scene and the culture and taking it in, right? So
I don't think a lot of people, especially the new ones coming up in the last 5 years, understand a lot of the business is like gone.
Exactly. It's bigger than the music, and like that's the thing, right? That's why you see like a lot of artists are doing like podcasts now. That's why a lot of artists are like, starting their own clothing brand. That's why a lot of artists are venturing in like entrepreneur.
Yeah. You have to do that now, though.
Other than being rappers.
To do that. Yeah, you have
to. Like these
now.
young rappers, they need to understand, like, it's not just about getting on, spinning raps, thinking to go platinum, and that's it.
Yeah, because what happened is that sometimes when you rush, you make the mistake. Like, me and my brother, we used to do like our own studio and have a lot of artists. We've seen a lot of young men come through. They're older now, and they didn't really. Some maybe got through a little bit, but didn't really get to that other level to release video, like a whole bunch of videos, put out music. But it was a time when you could make money. Remember CDs and shit like that.
For sure.
And now it's all the game's changed.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like that's where it's like if you want to really try and like garner, make money and get into it, is like that's why you got to venture in these type of like outside like avenues other than the music.
And you gotta put your music in other places,
right? And put your music in other places, and do the shows and do the events, do the tours. Push the merch. Like if you got merch and if you're sitting on a product, then you can push it and like hit up these cities and get it out there, right? So that's the whole thing, right? Like like we got the clothing brand. Right?
See?
Like connect the dot.
Yeah, see,
Connect the dot gear.
You have
what I'm saying? In all colorways, all styles, the Weed Beats, Spectax, Mike Gutz brand, like right here.
See,
what I'm saying?
Good,
like
man.
we out here all the time, like what I mean? Like we got the brand up, like you know what I'm saying?
That.
It's just any colorway, any size, we got you, right? Any style, we're gonna be getting into the whole like soon we're gonna get into the spring summer wear. Right now we're just enjoying the winter. So,
see, like you do the music and you do the merch, right? Like, how long you been doing the music for?
I think we've been doing it for a good, like, I'd say like a good 20 to 25 years. We've been in the game, just been like, we've been doing it and actually like going hard and pushing it, right? Like, obviously, like if you're, like I remember like, doing like freestyle tapes and like mixtapes in my basement when I was like, friggin' 14, 15.
So which part of the East you from?
We from Scarborough, man.
Scarborough.
Like East End, right?
So this is what I'm gonna say, because we studied the whole game of Toronto hip hop West and some of the East, right? So I noticed in the East End, after the like the popular blogs and everything, I don't know if anyone's gonna say what like I'm saying. The West End, they were always there, but it came up more commercially, the drill shit, right? Yeah. And the East always was lyrical. Even the West had lyrical, but the East was always lyrical. And then when the Cardinal and all those guys phased out, there was only the reps up after they phased out for a minute. I mean, like the hip hop, like we say the traditional real hip hop was only a man like you, Mike Gutz, and maybe you would have to tell me who else really there is. Yeah. But okay, like Droops Holiday,
right?
Still.
Yep.
That's
shout out to Droops Holiday. Shout out to Specs Camacho.
When he came out, for some reason, I'm just guessing it was 2010 or maybe before. Like, I mean, a certain time, Toronto hip hop, like the real hip hop, disappeared.
Yes, it did.
Because the Drake came in, and after with the Drake came in, people wanted to do like the whole American, like really take on the drill shit.
Absolutely.
And I stopped listening to, like, I always listen to American rap, but I listened to Toronto rap who was like Socrates, like that level. You know what I mean?
Right.
Socrates, the soul there. So you were the last. What I'm trying to say. I see you working, right? Who else is lyrical? I don't hear it.
Well, there's enough people on the scene. We got to look at it like this. Like we can't fault people in respect for doing what the
what they do.
Because everybody at one point,
quick man, real hip hop. You guys are doing real hip hop in Toronto, straight. Because me seen a lot. Me had to come in this Sean, but yo, on the real hip hop, I mean respect to that. At least there's still some heavyweights still doing real hip hop.
It's still real hip hop, and it's out there.
And you know what I'm saying? It's our underground scene, but it's also even in the industry, right?
Yeah.
It's just like the Jada cases, they're still doing music.
Yeah.
It's just they're not on the videos, they're not on the radio.
There's a lot of people, man. There's a whole bunch
doing music. It's just Snoop came out with a new album.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like whether they're commercial or not, people from
Ice Cube came out with a new album.
Huh?
Look how much people come out with a new album. No one's even talking about it. I don't think people. This is what the problem is. No one's talking about real hip hop. You see, like journalists. A lot of people went away from the music. They're talking about all this.
So it's funny how you said that. How you said that because I remember seeing a quote from Nas saying something along the lines of like artists that are like like his generation and his age that have music.
Yeah,
put it out. Just put it out. Put out the music.
Yeah.
Because you look at Nas, his 3-year run. He put out 6 albums.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Got 2 Grammy nods. Did his thing right, and like he kind of his 6 albums you could argue are probably his best work.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like he's got. Obviously the Illmatic, Stillmatics, it was written. I mean, that's always going to be on its shrine itself. But like the idea of putting out the music, and putting out the product, right? Like, you don't see a lot of that, that real side coming out, or that lyrical side, put out there, right? And that's
it's not put out there. No, it is could be out there.
It could be out there, but
no one's promoting it. No one's promoting it.
But you got to understand, like you got to capitalize off of your lane. Just because it's not quote unquote promoted on a mainstream level or like it's signed to majors, like it's still relevant to the scene, to the culture. It's like we gotta have a respect for one another and an understanding to like respect the culture and like like I think it's like it has to be put out there, like it has to be put out there, and I think a lot of the gatekeepers that are out there and a lot of people that have like the opportunities to like put people on like levels and put them on like I guess a wider audience. They need to like still like give that opportunity and give that chance to other artists,
to other sounding artists. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I don't want to put this on Drake or nothing like that. But anytime somebody is hot and blows up, people are gonna follow in that lane. Yeah. We've seen it before. Drake, lean with it, rock with it. We've seen it before. Gangsterism, when it came back to gangsterism with 50 Cent. We've seen that before. We've seen people trying to do kind of shiny suit stuff when Puffy was doing it. Anytime it's hot and it does numbers, you're gonna find follow fast people are gonna do similar type music. But what he's saying is like those who have the avenues, the media outlets to put out music, don't just put out one kind of music.
Okay, in Toronto, I know what you're talking
one type of artist, right? There's other artists who know type of different music. Not all of them are doing on the tune. Yeah. Not all of them are singing about pills in Toronto. And popping pills and
I'll be straight up
and their girl and everything like that.
I'm no filter. That's the problem in Toronto, and we've been trying to change that for so long. You trust me, like people. I know I was an artist before, right? I seen both sides. It's like a movie. I seen so much of what you're saying. I know who the gatekeepers are. They came to me because I started to expose shit. Like they came to me, like messaging me and saying, "Oh, is it us you're talking about?" No. And I say, "Yo,
it's not a diss thing or anything. Like I'm not on an
because I was thing. Talking about the. I'm talking about.
But at the end of the day, it's like it's gotta be like I said, like not everything is hot. I understand that. Not everything is whatever. But Toronto needs to get out of this whole screw face. Like only certain peoples are gonna like get put on that.
No, it'll level, change. Right? You know how it'll change? This is what my weapon is now. As we grow media down to earth. Before we just interview artists, right? And it's just like to introduce them to like the concept of being interviewed. But the real down to earth, which is now, we go deep into things like what a lot of people don't or stay away from. What you have to do is concentrate on artists, like do an article, not just doing the visuals. When people see something written out, like what you're telling me and what you have done, like a magazine type, you can have all the digital, but you have to have an illustration.
Again, it's again like you gotta be your own brand.
You have to be your own brand.
Garner the labels, garner like I want to be signed to a label, a major, what all that shit. Yo, you can be your own distributor.
No, who's the opinion of here? Like, to me, I don't give a shit about.
Right, you can do your own thing.
Like in Toronto,
you can create your own media.
Care.
You can create your own polls.
Yes.
You can create your own. Yes. You can sway your own audience and do your own shit.
You just have to do it.
You just have to do it. You think all those polls and numbers are fucking valid and right? Like, who gives a fuck, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's whether you like it or, you understand it and respect it, right?
Because when I'm rating hip hop, because I actually do reviews, that's where a lot of guys don't do reviews anymore from the old school. Actually listen to the album for a week. This is what I'm going to tell you. I listened to the album for a week. I'm listening to the songs. Not like these guys just say, oh, I know of this guy. Listen to the songs. Taking in the lyrical content. Then I will go do a review of what I've experienced and heard. So some people, when they say they listen to your music, they didn't listen to nothing, really, man.
And we're artists. Yeah. We're still fans.
Yeah.
We were fans before we're artists. We're going to be fans if we ever stop being artists. We're always fans. And we talk about the same thing. Well, he'll send me an album. You listen to this album, I listen to it once.
Yeah.
First time I listened to it, might have been distracted, might have been doing something else, so we didn't get a chance to really take it in. And we say to each other even, I listened to it, it's all right, but to give it a full, proper review, I gotta listen to it again.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what it is. Like you said, bro, you gotta give it time. You gotta give it.
No, you really have to listen.
You have to listen, right? You have to listen. You can't just put it on and 5 seconds, turn it off and be like, you can't fuck with this guy, rock with this guy.
That's the only way people take it in. Right. Some people cheat the system. That's why I don't like the cut and paste sites where everybody just takes info and that's all they do. But if you do your research, you could play with that. But if you do your research, you listen to something, you read something for a while, do your research. If you do the content, people take it in. I guarantee you take it in more. Right. You'll know that this guy really listened to this shit.
Yes. There's an absolute difference if we listen to, for instance, like any movie, right? We might have the same taste in movies, and I go see a movie before you go see the movie, and I tell you my opinion. You still gotta go see it yourself.
You still gotta go see it
because it's your opinion. We might we converge. We like a lot of the same stuff, but there's some stuff we diverge on because just we're different people, right? So it's like I just want to say, big up to outlets like yourselves, right? I'm trying to say doing it for artists like us. I'm trying to say like covering these type of things and putting artists in a light in a media position where other media outlets aren't. You know what I'm trying to say?
We go out. We're proof right now. We're outside.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're going to Mississauga.
Yeah. You guys are always working. I know that. You guys have been doing it for a minute.
Pods don't go nowhere.
Yeah, you've been doing it for a minute.
We could be saying we straight up down to earth. We outside.
Hold on. They can relate to this. Studio rappers and ones who are on stage and all of that and actually doing the thing and all of that. So, we're not the studio rappers. We're actually out there. Like the artists them are out there like y'all all. I mean, you're not studio rappers. You know what I mean? Straight.
Mileage.
Unless you're doing what we're doing, going to events and shit like this. And now this Rusty Jukes, we had an interview earlier.
Yeah.
Yo, you can't talk to us, yo. You guys got to go out. We're in Peterborough. Tomorrow we're in Mississauga.
That's dope. That's dope. That's the thing. Like, we got to, that's the thing. A lot of like these kind of brands and these kind of ideas need to be out there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just, it's just about growing, connecting and like, linking up with like the right people and, and being at these kind of events, right?
We're always out.
And it's always great because when you go to these kind of events, who knows what you're gonna meet?
Sometimes we meet the same people.
You might meet the same, but you might meet a one person to say like, "Oh, I got a tour coming on." Right? I got a tour coming up. I love to put you on.
That's true.
Right? Or I got a feature. I'm a producer.
No, but that's a link.
Let me talk about the shows and I link up with producers.
You see what you just said there? If we meet someone who could be a producer, and say, "Yo, you better have your thing so you could travel."
Yeah.
I want you guys to come with.
Right? I'm touring in Europe. I have
a couple cities. That's good for us.
So that's why it's like you got to be outside.
Yeah,
you have to be outside. You got to be outside and doing your thing because
you meet people.
Like that's what you say. You have to meet people, and that's been a problem from time though. Like there's been times where me and this guy we be downtown. We got a show. We're handing out flyers and fucking putting it on cars and shit, putting up the posters, and it's like just to just get a little buzz, get a little something, like that whole pound the pavement shit. Like we outside,
when you're outside, you meet. That's how.
And then that's how you network, and that's how you build, right?
A lot of places. I have to be straight up, right? Because I started as an artist, he's producer, but doing the pod. When I flipped to the pod, I met the most people in the industry.
For sure.
And
For
I
sure.
just kind of like, not say I gave up, but I said, I just rested that.
Yeah.
And empower that. But now when I come back with that, now
that was the whole beauty of doing pods, right? Because like that was the same experience when we did Connect the Dot, and it's like, you know, when we ventured and we did that, and you know, that started with me and Barker, you know, just in his basement because it was COVID and we just had nothing better to do, and then we just branched it out, and you know, as whatever, and that's
bless up the Dan Barker.
Yeah, bless up the Dan Barker. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not cocky.
Camacho, the whole team.
Hollywood. I haven't been out there like other people, but I can rock it with any motherfucker you see out there. I ain't no fan.
It's like, it's a good experience to like network and build with people, right? And just
sometimes it's just not the right time.
And hear their story and hear their perspectives on shit, right? And
like, see, this is the thing. We're still taking advantage of what's happening now. Modern time, present time, podcasting, right? Everybody's doing a podcast, but at the same time, it can't just be one way. You got to take advantage of all avenues. If you can get out there, if you're able to get out there, meet the people. We've been downtown shooting stuff, you know what I'm saying? Content, meeting the people downtown, shooting, you know, videos for fun or whatever, but it's still networking and meeting people in that respect, right? So it's like, still might have stuff that we do in a studio that might be controlled in that respect, and we just put it out there in the social media or whatever.
It's how you promote yourself, how you network yourself.
We take advantage of all the avenues. We don't just make music and put it out, you know, through our music site. We also come out and do shows. Right?
You gotta think how you want to come out, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like, again, you have to be outside. You have to promote the brand. You know what I'm saying? Like we you know, there isn't a time where we're at a show, we're not rocking our gear, we're not rocking our shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you have to like be out there and branch out. And
you know what, you're right, by learning, because I haven't been on stage in a good while, but going to places, seeing people go on stage when I'm ready, I have an idea.
I'd rather rock my own brand than rock any other fucking. You know, I'm not gonna spend like $400 on
when you go out,
random, you know, person to make them rich.
He's wearing the D2E shirt.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not to say I don't rock the labels. It's not that I don't rock the labels.
No. It's good.
At the end of the day, though, it's like I'd rather rock my shit.
When you're an artist or any bit entrepreneur, you should always be going out with your thing. Look, look what we have with the banner. You got D2E. Normally, I'm wearing my D2E shit too, but I'm.
Remember one thing, in these kind of avenues, and it's for entertainment, you are selling yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Right? Like, whatever it is, whether it's like, even if it's a song that people don't know you, what are you making the music about?
Yeah.
You're making the music about life experiences or what you think or your thoughts and feelings, right?
Yeah.
So it's still letting them know a little bit about you. So at the end of the day, you're still selling yourself. It's not an actor like you're putting on and, you know, I'm playing this character. You know what I'm trying to say? This is you.
Networking. It's like what I was telling Prince, because we know Prince too, right?
Yeah, big up to Prince.
And then I said, yo, you know what's going on? Because I'm seeing, like, I'm looking at these pages, how someone is talking about how if you're not a certain level, I won't push your video, you know, all that blah, blah, blah. But I said, yo, it's been a long time. I said, I said, I have an algorithm too.
Yeah.
So I do stuff what is more like even grassroots. So I said, yo, Mike Gutz has a new video off of Prince, and then some other people. I said, let me start reposting videos, because no one's really doing that. So they only post the whatever, what is the oppie shit. Post some real shit, good quality, because Prince has good production.
Absolutely does.
That's what needs to be promoted, because there's tons of artists I see like on that platform. No one's promoting videos.
Like you said, we appreciate outlets like yourselves, right? Because like artists don't want any promotion any kind of way they can get it, right? And any kind of eyes they can get to look at their product, what they're pushing, whatever their music is. But like you said, not every outlet who has the opportunity and the availability.
Because I'll be straight up. You know why? Not all of them rock. You know what I'm going to say. They're not really hip hop.
Yeah.
I know the hip hop. My definition as a journalist scares these guys, because when I start
he's trying to explain that there's hip hop. There's not hip hop only Yaguan. There's a lot of hip hop Yaguan.
Yeah, so when I explain it, they can't deny it. I'm saying, yo, it's all right if you're doing pop. It's pop. But if you're trying to say it's hip hop, I'm gonna clean it up and filter it for you. What it is. So respect, for example, Drake. He does maybe some hip hop, but most of the time that people is pop. You know what I mean? But the hip hop is more than just the rapping; it's the culture. Look, going out to these events is hip hop.
Yep.
Supporting other artists is hip hop. doing what we do is hip hop. You get what I mean? And tomorrow we're on the road again. If you ain't out there, you're only doing it. You're like, the Easy Studio Gangster. You're a studio rapper.
Right. And it's like, listen, for real, you can't make it to every event to go to everything.
No, but at least
but do what you can do, right? Do what you can do.
There,
and like you said, like it's not about any particular artist or anything, but like there is a sound that is like, if you don't sound like this, you're not getting videos played, you're not getting on the radio.
Yeah.
And it never used to be like that.
Yeah.
It used to be various different sounds, right? It wasn't your music had to sound this way for it to get played. And that's when the hip hop comes into it, because there's still a lot of hip hop.
No, but it's going back to the shows now. You see, like what you guys done now? People are want to go more to these things. I see a change, yo. What's going on is too saturated. Got too saturated that it's so crazy. People want to see live shows. Like if you're an artist, it's more attraction right now. Yeah. It's just how people promote it. Like how Rusty Jukes is here with the rest. Right. Do more of this.
But again, though, like I was saying, like the thing with the whole Drake thing, it's like, okay, like he may not be like the, I guess the prototype hip hop like representative or whatever you want to say, right? Because of his, his R&B connection and like how he's kind of branched out and he's whatever. And there's times he'll draw himself back to the whole essence of the culture, whatever, right? Like it's funny, he just shared a video of him performing with Nicki Minaj, off his first album, whatever.
Yeah.
And it was a dope little thing when they were like meshed together. Like I was like, this is when Drake was at his best, right? Like, and I remember commenting and saying that's when Drake was on his best. But it's like, the thing is that the culture, what I've learned is that if you can't evolve with the culture, then it's like, in a sense, you could be stuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you have to like, kind of like adapt to like, the little babies and you know what I'm saying? Like those like future sounds.
I
you know what I'm saying? Like the problem is, here's the problem, is that Toronto sound is only really defined by like how Drake sounds.
Yeah, you think so?
And the mainstream, like market, the mainstream media is like, they've pushed that idea on them. And like people are stupid and they brainwash artists, whatever. They feel like, oh, I gotta sound like this guy and whatever, because that's what got Drake big, right? And that's what's being pushed on the radio, and that's what like, you don't have like, a rapper that's representing Canada. When you really think about it, who's a rapper that's representing Canada on a level like Drake, right? Like Tory, sure, but Tory's
locked up
and,
too,
and you can't even say Tory really, because Tory's kind of like a branch of Drake.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But he's in a different lane. Right? But at the end of the day, though, it's like you gotta like just embrace the culture and maximize all the culture. You look at a crew like Griselda, where these guys, took their art, their fashion, and mixed it with the music and meshed it with the music, and the production and the whole production of what they're doing. Not just like the beats and whatever the music is, the production. It's everything, right? They embrace the culture, whereas now they've influenced that pop culture. And
when did it come out? You know what? Interesting, you saying Griselda from Buffalo. What year did it come out?
I want to say probably like mid 2010s, whatever, like 2015, 14, 15. Like I said, 14, 15.
So we know
they didn't really get big until I'd say like what, 17?
17, right? So you just say
like when they were shading.
Those guys are vets,
for sure.
Right? From
but look at how far that they've came. Where it's like when you go back and listen to Griselda shit, right?
Yeah.
Like it's still to this day. Like they're like a modern day, like Mobb Deep and Locks and now like you see like everybody's ventured and done their own thing, whatever, right? But I'm saying like when it comes to like the bars and the essence of the music, they're the best representatives when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Just to add to that, and you're not seeing their videos played on what plays videos. No. You're not hearing their songs. You're not hearing. Yeah. You're not hearing their.
Sorry, I'm not gonna say.
No, a lot of people know about them, but
not a lot of people, but not like the main.
It's the way how they brought, how they got.
They're not getting there on the regular on those mainstream radio stations. They're not getting played.
But the point I'm trying to say is is that it's like we just got to celebrate what's in front of us. Right. Like I'm not paying attention to Grammy nominations. I'm not paying attention to who's streaming the most. I'm not paying attention to like, oh, this person sold this many or I got this many views and la 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 la. At the end of the day, are you good or are you not? Because there's motherfuckers that are out there in the city that do dumb shit that might get a Drake
You know what it
cosign
is?
or might get a like from
This is
Drake,
what is-
and they go viral, they go whatever, and their shit sucks.
You know what I
Their
think is
shit
missing
sucks.
from Toronto?
There's a lot of rappers that end up on Six Buzz and end up on fucking all these sites, wherever, right? All these, name one of these traditional Toronto sites. These guys get on there because they're buddies with the fucking
it's
people
all
there.
it's all friend thing.
And a lot of it is, and a lot of shit is whack, bro.
Yeah,
a lot of
it's
shit
true.
is crap.
It is.
Or a lot of people who have the money to pay for the promo, they put it out there.
Yeah.
And those sites, they're gonna obviously push that product because it's a business for them. It's a product for them. But at the end of the day, it's like, yo, you the consumer, you the viewer, you the person that's watching this, you decide. At the end of the day, you decide on what's hot and what's not. My playlist is gonna be different than yours, right? My taste is gonna be different in terms of like what I take in whatever, right? So at the end of the day, though, fuck all this fucking, because this is hot, they're saying it's hot, let me follow this. Fuck all that shit, right? Like that was my whole gripe with the whole Drake and Kendrick shit, right? It's like, because Drake is from Toronto, I have to like Family Matters.
Yeah.
Right? So now it's like they're trying to rewind the whole. They're trying to now rewind the whole thing. Like, oh, Family Matters was the most lyrical one out of all of them, or the most. Like, I don't care. Why are we still talking about this? Like, really? Why are we still on this? Who gives a like? It's just a new development in Drake. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got like you have guys like DJ Academics and all these fucking goofs that are just there, just flooding the bullshit every day. Who cares? Like, why are we still talking about a beef that happened fucking how many weeks, years, months ago?
Feelings,
bullshit.
Feelings,
you know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Listen,
now.
the Drake.
Move on, bro.
The Drake stands. I don't know if they say Kenny stands, but I remember when this whole thing was going on Twitter, they are.
They're hard. They're hard. They'll defend that. And it's like these sites, there's sites. There are some sites, bro, that will fucking go to war. Go to it's crazy. It's crazy. You cannot. They cannot accept the fact. Like, there's so many sites that are on overtime right now.
You say something about Drake?
Yeah, exactly. Say something about Drake. Say something about like anything. Like, oh my gosh, you're slandered, just whatever, right? And like I said. If they think they won, or if you think that he's the winner, cool. It's cool.
It's sensitive, so sensitive.
But it's at the end of the day, it's like, I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Here's the problem with this whole battle, and I was saying this to this guy, is that you see, we grew up in the on the 90s, 90s 2000 type of battles where you battle, people on wax, whatever. They'll do this record, record. Music, whatever, right? Internet really popped off, right? Late 90s, 2000s, whatever, right? So, we didn't have fact checkers. We didn't have Google searches. We didn't have, whatever. So it's like, if you're now battling someone and you're calling cap or something and I fact checked it. That didn't really happen and whatever. Now everybody's like, fact checking and saying like, it lost its art, it lost its creativity in a sense, right? It's like we can't make up this record without the fact checking part, right? So let me spin back to what my point is. Like I said, playing devil's advocate. So let's say, argument's sake, Drake, isn't a pedophile, whatever, right? And there you have somebody on a mainstream level calling you that, and you're about to go and perform that in the Super Bowl or whatever. I could see why you could take exception to something like that, especially if you're not that. But at the same time, nigga, make the music, bro. Make the music. Just make the music. Just go out there. Just that, like, make the music. When you're taking it out to like the courtroom and taking it all the shit, it's like, bro, like now it ruins the culture now. It ruins the essence. Like now again, it's like this whole reality thing. Oh, they manipulated streams. Nigga, you manipulated streams. Everybody manipulates streams when it comes to the music. That's what record labels is built on. Everybody's used the machine. And it's like, I get like, okay, you may have taken the L from this one, but you're Drake. You have Drake money. It's a battle. Let's move on, dog. Either make the music.
It's an ego thing.
I'll say one thing. If he was worried about people like the slander of his name or the pedophile business, I get that. But if it's just that you lost, I mean, hey man, your record's still pretty good.
It's really because he felt how people are talking that like he lost.
that's the thing. That's what I think. I think it's more of that he lost, but it's like, but ego thing. But I mean, and listen, nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to lose, especially like a very publicized, one of the biggest publicized rap battle beefs since Hov and Nas, right? But at the same time, it's like, bro, people will forget. People will move on. Nobody's gonna hold it against you. You still have, like you said, Drake stands. Look what they did to Rick Ross in what is it, Vancouver. Look what they've been doing to DJs last summer, kicking them out for play. So you still have your fans, guys. You still have your fans. Just like you said, make the music, man. Forget the battle came, the battle left, and whatever happened, happened, right?
Yeah, I just think it's just been way too drawn out, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly hope that, you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, if it's gonna still go on, like I want new music. I want new I want new shots.
Don't analyze the
like. Let's not worry. I don't want to exactly. Like, you know, let's move on from that.
You know what's crazy? There's some people just can't move from it because it's just like part of the oil.
It's just like, you know.
Like I could say it, like, but maybe, you know, it's like calling it out, like straight up.
Like pause. Like, listen, it's just swallowed the whole culture.
Keep six solid. Whatever Drake does, something can do wrong. So he's promoting him. I would be saying,
are those guys on Drake's payroll or something?
And even we left hip hop. Friday can't stop talking about Drake.
Are those guys on Drake's payroll though? Like,
it makes me wonder. Maybe
because seriously, some of these sites go hard. You know what? Hard.
No, you
well, one thing I said about that is maybe it's just to like, since he's our biggest hip hop star, maybe the local are trying to like.
No.
But I hear you. It feels like it's more.
Listen, if you feel like it's more pushing up, promoting, bigging up. This is where I'm gonna get to. Rock. This is getting deep. If you been promoting Drake for over 10 years, and you have a platform, right? Any one of you, whatever, and most of them are faceless. And Drake never showed up. There's no damn excuse to you. I don't give a shit. Stop the damn shit. You
not a share, not a share, not a like, not a share, not a like,
nothing.
Not a big up on a song.
To me, I'm not like respect. I always like all the interviews. I'll bring up Drake's name and say what you feel about him and big him up. He done this for the city, blah blah blah.
Overtime,
I stopped doing that shit.
All like 3-4 posts a day, yo. Overtime, man.
No, but I stopped doing that shit. I start saying like, yo, let me analyze Drake a little bit more. Let's be honest, right? Because you want to be nice in the beginning, right? But I'm saying let's be honest. All the stuff people are talking about Drake now and criticizing him, even Kendrick and all that, the way how they talk about his character, we knew he was like that long time ago.
That's the thing, and it's like
before all of this.
That's the thing, like people forget that shit, right? But again, money will change that, and you know, people will forget like all that shit when it comes to like the fame and the riches and.
No, they just don't know. We know.
No, we know. Yeah, ignorance is
it
bliss.
A surprise to
but
us?
Even the niggas that know are still like, come on now. Even the niggas that know are still on it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it became. It's just like people are all like riding with him like to the end, and I get that. It is what it is, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's just consumed the culture so much. Where this whole Drake and Kendrick thing, I just feel like it just has to be like kind of has to be a movement. There has to be a push. I feel like, you know, for Drake's sake, right? I think he just needs to put out the music.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Put out music.
I have a quick question. What's gonna happen after the Super Bowl performance? Is it gonna get more talk? I know that. No, I know that. That's not the question though. But the fact is, he can still touch on, like, he might do the beat, he might do the dance, something like that. So the question is, will it reignite the beef in some way? Not because he's going to do the song, but just because Kendrick will be the one. Kendrick will be the one on people's lips,
it's
right?
It's going to continue because Drake has pressure to always come back with something.
Yeah, and he might just, like, I'm not speaking for him, but maybe he might feel like, well, if this guy gets this platform, you know, the day after they perform at the Super Bowl, everybody listens to their shit, whatever. Yeah. So he might feel like, I gotta come back.
Right now, Drake is crying. Sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? Look what's going on. Super Bowl. What you talking about? Right? What's Drake doing?
Yo, same day as Super Bowl, he's going on tour in Australia.
See, isn't he already in Australia?
Or he might already be there already. I don't know.
The thing about it, what's going on, he doesn't like that somebody else, no matter how it is getting the spotlight. Very big, and it affects his sales. Because I'm hearing the big picture is he hasn't had a hit. Like a hit in a while.
Well, he hasn't. But I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like I said, he's got to put out the music, and the music, and there's gonna, and I think there's just been a pause on that whole thing. It's like, when was the last time you saw like a Drake record for the culture? Like a Drake record where it's like, yo, this
well, he
is
came
like,
out with that like a mixtape thing, 100 gigs, right?
which one?
The one when he done some No Face. You heard that?
Oh
one?
yeah.
And he done the video recently.
But
No Face.
but there's a few bangers on that one. It wasn't.
See how you have to say it? They shouldn't be like that.
It wasn't like you know what I'm saying? It wasn't, yeah, like I'm not gonna count that, right? But I hear you though.
No, I mean like he
did that little freestyle thing that he did on the conductor beat.
Man, it's not working. No.
You weren't feeling that?
Why people are coming up for this guy, man? Let's be straight up. All that stuff we're saying, he should have been blasting big. This is Drake. Something's wrong. He's shooting blanks.
Wow.
No, you should be hearing it like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's got to make the music. You know, at the end of the day.
You know what? This is what I said. And I told Friday too what he has to do. This is what he's not doing. He's gonna do it. Do some R&B music, and he's doing that with Party Next Door probably. Better be doing some R&B music. Better be dropping. That's how he's gonna come back. You better sing some songs. Yeah, you better sing some good R&B songs. That's how Drake will come back.
Listen, let's be real. Win or lose, right?
Yeah.
This is not going to define Drake.
No,
it was never going to define.
No, but to get the energy back, I mean, just to get to kind of overshadow even Kendrick, he has to do some R&B type of.
But I just think like I said, he still has his fans, bro, and his fans are going to be his fans. They're just salivating, waiting for the new music, and once it comes out, they're going to put him back on the pedestal. Not that he shouldn't be there, but he's making.
So what
music,
was the 100 gigs for and all them songs for?
I think it was just you know, just to like
experiment,
just to put out the music, like just to put out like something that can kind of captivate the audience, right, or like capture that hip hop sound, right? Like, because Drake is right now, I think Drake is kind of holding on for dear life, to be honest with you, right? He's still trying to hold on to like something where like fans are still drawn to him. That's why he can throw out those like little like those little, you know, quick little snippets, or that quick little album.
Instead of doing all that shit, he needs to feature with the guys who's always around him. Where's the Pressa and Drake song?
Where's the Drake and P Rain song?
Yeah.
Yo,
that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
Preem. Yo, Preem, shouts to Preem. Yo, he just dropped that freestyle.
Yeah, wouldn't that help though? See Drake, one of the guys
on the radar or whatever it was.
Okay, is there any recent Drake Toronto guy song?
I think there's a couple.
I'm not talking about Party Next Door like a singer. I mean like a
what?
Like a P Rain. Is there another song he has?
What?
A rapper, another rapper from Toronto with Drake?
No, not that I know of. No, we were talking.
I mean, Smiley. If you really want to count Smiley,
let's just take him out of the.
You said, "Ooh, yeah, is it Smiley?"
You're right.
Smiley's a rapper.
You're gonna say Smiley. Okay, respect the Smiley, but
I'm just saying though,
someone who's more lyrical, like a little bit more.
I mean, like I said, that sound ain't here. There ain't nobody. Drake or nobody. Like,
not gonna put nobody
on a Drake level, like that's putting on like Drake.
So you won't put P Rain on a thing to.
No, I mean like Preem could have been at that level. I think the one thing I admire with Preem is that he kind of did his own thing, right? He didn't need the Drake cosign. He had it, but he didn't really need. He didn't
right now, let's be straight. It's OVO, right? Right now, respect TV Gucci, Preem. All the guys who are rappers, you guys should be coming out with an OVO album already.
They should have had that from time.
Especially now.
Time. And that's the thing. It's like, yo, you had all these guys. Here's the thing I didn't understand with the whole Drake thing. So you had a 20v1 against this guy, right? Everybody was dropping their little diss tracks, whatever. Where was OVO, man?
That's what we were saying. We said that in our podcast.
And it's like why didn't you hear a diss track from Prim? Or where did you hear a diss track from, you know, TV Gucci? Maybe I'm not. If it dropped, you would have heard it. If it dropped, you would have heard it.
Perfect advice. I don't care what anyone said. After you got whipped with the Not Like Us and all these people talking and shit, OVO was called out too. Remember, they were called out.
Yeah.
He told me Preem, Drake, back on that nice, and who am I forgetting? Couldn't have came up with like a track all of them. That's how you would have got the respect and lick them back.
Well, they could have, but here's the thing: we actually talked about it on our podcast, like when they got the All Stars, right? The Avengers for Drake. Where were Drake's Avengers? Right now, like you said, it might not be other industry mans. Like you might not get a bunch of New York cats to ride on your side. But like you said, what about your OVO man?
If he had the OVO mans, they would got respect.
Right? What about OVO
he just didn't have the confidence in them.
But
He didn't have the confidence.
Because the culture is different, man. The game is different. It's not like
he's not thinking that. He's thinking of himself.
But it's not like that. No, I think it's one of those ones where it's like, how much of an impact would it have had, really?
No.